Less than 3 weeks ago, King Charles extended an olive branch to his estranged son, Prince Harry. Their rare face-to-face meeting had been billed as a breakthrough after years of acrimony, a chance to steady a ship battered by betrayals, memoirs, and televised confessions. For a brief, flickering moment, hope glimmered that reconciliation might be possible. But now, scarcely a month later, that fragile progress is already unraveling. Once again, Harry has dragged his brother and sister-in-law into the fray, igniting fresh turmoil inside the House of Windsor. The king, who has long harbored a quiet yearning to see his fractured family restored, is said to be deeply disappointed. He had made it clear that the only hope of moving forward lay in discretion. No more leaks, no more grievances, aired through legal filings and public statements. Yet Harry has now detonated another grenade in the court of public opinion by naming Prince William and Princess Catherine in his ongoing battle against Associated Newspapers. Harry's lawyers told the High Court that private investigators, allegedly hired by the Daily Mail, targeted his associates. In a stunning twist, the Duke claimed that William and Catherine had also been victims of unlawful information gathering. To underscore the point, evidence was presented that linked journalists to invasive inquiries into William's 21st birthday party, as well as a chilling suggestion of attempts to access Catherine's private phone records. For King Charles, the revelation cut deeply. He has worked tirelessly to shield William's young family from undue intrusion, determined to preserve their sense of normality despite their destiny. To see Harry, his own son, pull William and Catherine into a bruising legal storm struck the monarch as an act of reckless disregard. Courtroom skirmishes were one thing, but dragging the future king and his wife into the battlefield of Harry's grievances was another matter entirely. "This cannot stand," a palace aide confided. His Majesty had made a conscious choice to forgive, to welcome Harry into private conversation again. But Harry has once more betrayed the trust placed in him. The king feels wounded more as a father than as a sovereign. Indeed, the monarch's patience appears to be wearing thin. He has reportedly resolved that Harry will never return as a working royal. Charles has come to see his youngest son as embodying the very instability and controversy that the monarchy cannot afford. "Being a working royal demands total commitment," said a close source. "There can be no dipping in and out, no picking and choosing." The king feels that Harry's pattern of behavior undermines the values of duty and discretion he is trying to restore. Even as Charles wrestled with his disappointment, his sister Princess Anne delivered her own unmistakable message. The Princess Royal, known for her steel and unflinching loyalty, embarked on a high-profile visit to Ukraine, where she was warmly received by President Volodymyr Zelensky and First Lady Olena Zelenska. Unlike Harry's own recent trip, which was shrouded in secrecy and met with lukewarm government approval, Anne's visit was carried out on behalf of the United Kingdom itself, underscoring her role as a stalwart of the crown. Her actions spoke volumes. While Harry's meetings had gone largely unphotographed, Anne's engagements were highlighted by both palace and Ukrainian officials. Photographs of her sitting across from Zelensky, delivering Britain's assurances of solidarity, radiated legitimacy. And in a poignant gesture, Anne laid a teddy bear at a memorial for children killed in the war, explaining softly that it was the same kind her daughter Zara once cherished. The moment struck with raw sincerity, a contrast to the secrecy and suspicion that continue to shadow Harry's endeavors. If Anne's deeds were pointed, her words were sharper still. According to insiders, the princess made clear in private circles that Harry's attempts to cast himself as the veteran's champion and a global envoy no longer held credibility. "We cannot keep indulging this behavior," she is said to have remarked bluntly. "There is a monarchy to uphold, and Harry is not helping." It was, in many ways, a brutal response stripped of sentimentality, brimming with Anne's characteristic pragmatism. Where Charles hesitated out of fatherly love, Anne cut to the heart of the matter. Harry's antics, however well-intentioned he claims them to be, bring disruption rather than unity. For the king, the sting of betrayal was compounded by yet another controversy. Harry's spokesperson accused palace insiders of sabotaging father-son reconciliation by leaking false narratives to the press. The official rebuttal came after reports suggested Harry felt treated like a visitor rather than family during his meeting with Charles. The Duke's camp dismissed those claims as pure invention, but the damage was done. For Charles, it was another painful reminder that even moments meant for healing are quickly weaponized in public. Sources close to the monarch say he is saddened by Harry's inability to separate private reconciliation from public narrative. Every gesture His Majesty makes is turned inside out, one courtier lamented. Instead of building trust, Harry twists the story to paint himself as the victim again. As the storm swirls, one thing is becoming clearer. The gulf between Harry and the rest of the family is widening, not narrowing. Charles remains torn between paternal affection and royal responsibility, but his resolve is hardening. William, bruised but stoic, has kept his silence. Catherine, who has borne years of tabloid scrutiny with quiet grace, is said to be weary of being dragged back into conflict. And Anne, with her trademark bluntness, has no hesitation in calling Harry's conduct what she believes it to be a distraction from duty and an erosion of the dignity the crown demands. The promise of reconciliation, so recently within reach, now lies in tatters. Once again, the Duke of Sussex stands accused of placing his grievances above his family, dragging others into his battles without thought for the consequences. For King Charles, the disappointment is profound. He had dared to believe in healing, only to be confronted with yet another wound. And for Princess Anne, the answer is simple. Harry may be family, but the monarchy cannot and will not wait for him to grow up.